Welcome friends to another session on mathematical modeling. We will discuss equilibrium speed distributions in this session. Traffic model part 4. Equilibrium speed distributions. Speed distributions. One of the fundamental processes in traffic flow which leads to delays and frustration for individual drivers is that of overtaking, that is approaching from behind a slower vehicle. Trucks, buses and sightseers can cause substantial delays to a driver trying to move quickly from one place to another on the standard two-lane, two-way highway encountered in so much of the United States. We wish to consider the processes of overtaking and passing on a long two-lane, two-way road. In order to study conditions leading to a faster vehicle overtaking a slower vehicle, we must have a mechanism of handling the different speeds of different vehicles. The concept which we use is that of the number density function in speed space. Our speed space is sometimes called phase space. We shall approach this concept through some examples. Suppose we count the number of vehicles on the road with speeds between 0 and 10 miles per hour, the number between 10 and 20 miles per hour and so on. If we plot these data as a bar graph, we will have figure 1. Let us also take the data on the number of vehicles with speeds between 0 and 5 miles per hour, between 5 and 10 miles per hour and so on. These data are shown in figure 2. We note that the number of vehicles between 20 and 30 miles per hour in figure 2 is the sum of the number with speeds between 20 and 25 miles per hour and the number with speed between 25 and 30 miles per hour. It is difficult to see that the data plotted in figure 1 represent the same set of vehicles on the same road. The two sets of data look more similar if we plot the densities, that is the number per unit speed versus the speed. To obtain the number density from figure 1, we divide the number in each interval of speed by the length of that interval. The number densities corresponding to figure 1 and 2 are plotted in figure 3. We are not restricted to 5 miles per hour intervals in plotting our number density data. We could use 1 mile per hour intervals, 0.5 miles per hour intervals, 0.1 miles per hour intervals and so on. Using smaller intervals gives more detail about the speed space structure. We note that to obtain the number of vehicles Ni in the ith speed interval from the density Fi, we need only multiply by the length of that interval delta ui, that is Ni is equal to Fi into delta ui. If we wish to compute the number of vehicles n with speeds between ua and ub, we must sum the number in each subinterval Ni, that is n is equal to summation Ni, which is equal to summation Fi delta ui, where the summation is over subintervals lying between ua and ub. Now, suppose f of u be the continuous density distribution of vehicles at speed u obtained by abstracting the number density process by letting delta ui tending to 0. Then, if ua and ub are any two speeds, the number of vehicles on the road with speeds between ua and ub is given by n is equal to integral ua to ub f of u du. In general, the density distribution will change in time. Also, if we look at different subsections of the road, we expect to see different distributions depending on local disturbances like the presence of a truck or a curve in the highway. These time and space dependencies could be considered. However, for the sake of simplicity, we shall assume that the density f depends on speed alone and is independent of space x and time t. Overtaking. Let us now see the processes which shape f of u, specifically overtaking and passing. When we refer to overtaking, we mean catching up to a slower vehicle ahead. Passing refers to pulling out in the lane of oncoming traffic, getting ahead of the slower vehicle and then returning to a more desirable speed. Let us consider the vehicles operating at speed u. The overtaking of vehicles changes the number of vehicles at speed u in two ways. First, a vehicle operating at a higher speed u bar greater than u may overtake a vehicle operating at speed u, causing an addition to the number of vehicles operating at speed u. These vehicles which are slowed down are added to queues or lines of vehicles following other vehicles. You can see this in figure 4. The second way in which overtaking can change the number of vehicles operating at speed u is that a vehicle operating at speed u may overtake a vehicle operating at a lower speed u double bar less than u, thus causing a loss from the number of vehicles operating at speed u. Let us compute the rate of change theta of number of vehicles due to overtaking. Assume that there is a vehicle at time t equal to 0 at point x travelling at speed u. Let us compute the number of vehicles overtaking this given vehicle in time interval delta t. We note that all vehicles which have speed u bar greater than u and are in the interval x minus of u bar minus u into delta t to x will overtake the vehicle at x in the interval delta t. Assuming that the vehicles are distributed uniformly over a road of length capital L, the number of vehicles having speed u bar greater than u per unit speed in the interval x minus u bar minus u into delta t to x is u bar minus u into delta t by L into f of u bar, where L is the length of the road. The total number of such vehicles is integral u to infinity u bar minus u into delta t by L f of u bar du bar. Thus, the rate at which vehicles overtake a given vehicle at speed u location x is the number divided by the time interval delta t, so that the rate is integral u to infinity u bar minus u into f of u bar by L into du bar. To obtain the rate of gain g of vehicles at speed u due to overtaking, we must multiply this quantity by the probability of finding a vehicle at x at speed u. In fact, the probability of finding a vehicle at x at speed u is f of u by n into L by L, where n is the total number of vehicles on the road and small l is the length of a vehicle. Small l by capital L is the probability of a given vehicle being x. Thus, the rate of gain of vehicles at speed u per unit speed due to overtaking is g is equal to k into integral u to infinity u bar minus u into f of u bar du bar, where k is equal to small l by n into capital L square. We might comment on the fact that the integration extends to u bar is equal to infinity. We wish to include all vehicles with speed greater than u in the integration. In any reasonable physical situation, we expect f of u bar is equal to 0 for u bar greater than u star, where u star is the mechanical speed limit of a vehicle. By taking the upper limit of integration to be infinite, we bypass the uncertainty of the exact value of u star. Let us now compute the rate of loss L of vehicles from speed u due to their overtaking a slower vehicle. Let us again consider a vehicle at x travelling at speed u and consider the number of vehicles having speed u double bar less than u per unit speed in the interval x to x plus u minus u double bar into delta t. the number is u minus u double bar into delta t f of u double bar by capital L. The total number of such vehicles is integral 0 to u minus u double bar into delta t into f of u double bar by L into d u double bar. And as before, the rate of loss due to overtaking for such vehicles is L is equal to k into integral 0 to u minus u double bar f of u double bar f of u du bar. Combining the rates of gain and loss to get a net rate of change theta of f of u per unit speed due to overtaking gives theta is equal to g minus L, which is equal to k into integral 0 to infinity u bar minus u f of u bar into f of u du bar. Next is passing. Now, let us see an analysis of the passing process. First, we shall assume that a fraction p of those overtaking will pass instantaneously, essentially not interacting with the overtaken vehicle. This results in a loss of vehicles from speed u, and we have a negative rate due to instantaneous passing. Pi is equal to minus p into theta. In addition, another complex passing process will take place depending on the concentration of oncoming traffic, their position in the queue, and their general desire to move faster. This process seems impossible to model in a rational way. However, we shall bypass this difficulty by assuming a phenomenological model, essentially a model which does roughly what we expect. We expect that if the drivers were able to remain out of the queues, a result of overtaking, they would attain a distribution of desired speeds equal to f naught of u. We assume that if more vehicles are actually travelling at a given speed u than the number of drivers whose desire to do so, then drivers will be passing. Therefore, if f of u is greater than f dot u, a net loss of vehicles from speed u will occur due to passing. On the other hand, if fewer drivers are travelling at speed u than the number of drivers whose desire to do so, then some of the drivers who do pass will accelerate to attain the speed. Thus, if f of u is less than f dot of u, there will be a net gain of vehicles at speed u due to passing. In fact, we assume that if more drivers are not at their desired speed, then more passing will occur. You can see figure 5. Thus, the rate of change in f of u per unit speed due to this non-instantaneous passing is p n is equal to lambda into f dot u minus f of u. We note that lambda has dimension time raised to minus 1. The quantity 1 by lambda is often referred to as a relaxation time, and this passing process is called relaxation. Equilibrium distributions. Since we are assuming equilibrium, the net rate of change of f of u vanishes, and hence the sum of the rates due to overtaking and to passing is 0. Theta plus pi plus Pn is equal to 0, which is equal to 1 minus p into k into integral 0 to infinity u bar minus u into f of u bar into f of u du bar plus lambda into f dot u minus f of u. Equation 12 gives a balance between overtaking and passing. Solving for f of u gives f of u is equal to f dot u by 1 minus pk by lambda integral 0 to infinity u bar minus u into f of u bar du bar. Let us attempt some qualitative calculations using equation 13. We note that for 1 minus p into k by lambda integral 0 to infinity u bar minus u into f of u bar du bar less than 0, we shall have f of u less than f dot u. Since p less than 1, k greater than 0 and lambda greater than 0, equation 14 is equivalent to u greater than integral 0 to infinity u bar f of u bar du bar divided by integral 0 to infinity f of u bar du bar, which is identically equal to ua, where ua is defined to be the average speed of vehicles on the highway. For u less than ua, we have f of u greater than f dot u. Thus, one property of our solution of equation 13 is that more vehicles are travelling at speeds less than ua than desired to be that speed, while fewer vehicles are travelling at speeds greater than ua than so desire. This seems to be an acceptable prediction. A big problem in attempting to use equation 13 to make prediction is that to do so, we must determine a suitable form for f dot u and suitable values for p and lambda. Clearly, all these quantities depend on the density of traffic, which is determined by n, the number of vehicles on the road. On the other hand, by guessing at reasonable values for lambda and p and taking a somewhat arbitrary form for f dot u, we can make some predictions for the flow concentration relationship, which is a fundamental part of the traffic flow theory. Traffic flow theory. Let us derive the basic conservation equation for traffic flow. We consider the flow of vehicles on a long road where the features of the flow we wish to calculate, such as bottlenecks etc., are long compared with the average distances between the vehicles. Let n of x plus delta x t denote the number of vehicles between points x and point x plus delta x on the road at time t. See figure 6. We shall assume that k x t exists such that for any x, delta x and t, n of x plus delta x t is equal to integral x to x plus delta x k x cap t dx cap. We note that by fundamental theorem of calculus, k x t is equal to limit delta x tends to 0 n of x plus delta x t divided by delta x if k is continuous. We shall assume that we can adequately model the situations of interest with the assumption that k is continuous. In terms of infinitesimals, k is the number of vehicles per unit length in the infinitesimal length between x and point x plus delta x at time t. Empirical values of k can be determined from aerial photographs of roads. We select some small length delta x, count vehicles between x and x plus delta x and divide by delta x. Now, let us define the flow rate q of x t. The flow rate q is simply the rate at which vehicles pass point x at time t. The total number capital Q crossing point x between time t and t plus delta t is then given by q of x t plus delta t is equal to integral t to t plus delta t q x t cap dt cap. Again, by fundamental theorem of calculus, we have q of x t is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 of q of x t plus delta t divided by delta t. Empirical values of q can be obtained by clocked counters which keep a time record of the vehicle crossing point x. We select some small delta t, count the vehicles crossing x between t and t plus delta t and then divide by delta t. Let us consider the balance or conservation of vehicles in the road. Let us isolate a segment of the road lying between points x and x plus delta x and look at the rate of change of the number of vehicles in this segment. The balance law that applies here is that no vehicles are created or destroyed, neglecting collisions in this segment. Thus, conservation of vehicles requires that the rate of increase of the number of vehicles between x and x plus delta x is equal to the rate at which vehicles flow in minus the rate at which they flow out. Thus, for any time instant t, d by dt of integral x to x plus delta x k x cap t dx cap is equal to q x t minus q x plus delta x t. This is the fundamental conservation law for the segment of road between x and x plus delta x. See figure 6. We note that d by dt of integral x to x plus delta x k x cap t dx cap is equal to d by dt integral x to x plus delta x dou k by dou t x cap t dx cap. Let us now divide by delta x and let delta x tends to 0. Limit delta x tends to 0, 1 by delta x integral x to x plus delta x dou k by dou t x cap t dx cap is equal to limit delta x tends to 0 q x t minus q x plus delta x t divided by delta x. By the fundamental theorem of calculus, the limit on the left is precisely dou k by dou t of x t, while by the definition of partial derivative, the limit of the quotient on the right is minus dou q by dou x of x t. Thus, we arrive at the fundamental balance law in differential form dou k by dou t plus dou q by dou x is equal to 0. This equation tells us how the concentration k changes in time at each x from the flow q. To predict how k changes, knowledge of q is required. To see that this equation is qualitatively correct, consider the following thought experiment. If dou q by dou x is less than 0, then q is decreasing in the neighborhood of the location x, and q of x plus epsilon t is less than q of x minus epsilon t for some positive number epsilon. Thus, the flow out of this section of road is less than the flow in, and hence k must increase in time near that location. Mathematically, this is expressed by equation 23. We have one equation for two unknown functions k and q. Thus, our system is underdetermined. After all, we have in no essential way used the fact that we are modeling vehicular traffic. The concentration and flow could just as well be that of a pollutant in a river or of heat in a bar or anything which flows in a one-dimensional situation. We need more equations which reflect the peculiarities of vehicular traffic. If we use the empirical data, then those data contain the essential constitution of the physical situation. Such a relation is called a constitutive equation. For the traffic flow problem, we have much data of the form flow rate plotted against concentration, that is q versus k as given in figure 7. Thus, we assume that q is equal to q of k. It is noteworthy that the flow of vehicles increases with increasing k for k small, while it decreases to 0 as k approaches the jam concentration kj. Many different forms of q of k have been fitted to the data. One of the simplest models for q of k is Greenshields model given by q is equal to uf into k into 1 minus k by kj, where uf is the empirical free speed of the road, that is the speed at which a vehicle would travel if it were alone on the highway, and kj is the jam concentration. Before we conclude, let us summarize what we have learned in this session. The ideas involved in this session were first introduced in order to obtain an idea of how the velocity distribution evolved in time as a function of location along the road. The partial differential equation governing the distribution f of x t u is like the Boltzmann equation studied in statistical mechanics. This analogy stimulates both the traffic theoretician and statistical mechanician. Interesting predictions have been made about traffic flow from this Boltzmann-like approach. We have seen the speed distributions, the conditions involved in overtaking and passing, and also equilibrium distributions. We have also discussed the basics involved in the traffic flow theory. Here are some exercise problems which you can try out. First problem, let f dot u is equal to c into u minus u1 into u2 minus u for u1 less than or equal to u less than or equal to u2, and 0 for u greater than u2 or u less than u1, where c is a constant. First part, sketch the desired speed distribution. Second one, compute n is equal to integral 0 to infinity f dot u du. Third one, assume that p is equal to 0.05, lambda is equal to 0.01, small l is equal to 15 feet, c is equal to 5 lakh vehicles per miles per hour cube, u1 is equal to 20 miles per hour, u2 is equal to 40 miles per hour, and capital L is equal to 20 miles. Compute an approximation to UA using a power series expansion of f of u in terms of 1 minus p into k by lambda. Using the approximation to UA, find f of u. Next one, again using p is equal to 0.05, lambda is equal to 0.01, small l is equal to 15 feet, u1 is equal to 20 miles per hour, u2 is equal to 40 miles per hour, and capital L is equal to 20 miles, but leaving c as arbitrary, find an approximation to f of u in terms of c. Using B, relate c to n and sketch a graph of q versus n. Second problem, compute the maximum flow rate for Greenshields model. At what concentration does the maximum flow occur? Here are some references. First one, F.A. Haight, Mathematical Theories for Traffic Flow, New York Academic 1963. Next one, I. Prigogine and R. Herman, Kinetic Theory of Vehicular Traffic, New York Elsevier 1972. Third one, D.C. Gazis, Traffic Science, New York Wiley 1974. Fourth one, Modules in Applied Mathematics Volume 1, Differential Equation Models by William F. Lucas, M. Brown, C. S. Coleman, D. A. Drew, Springer Verlag 1983. With this, we come to an end of this session. We will continue with another topic on mathematical model in another session. Till then, goodbye.